How long gone? Recording in progress. It's Chris Black coming to you from freezing cold, money-making Manhattan. Them jeans. What's good?
You know, just doing that stress last day before you take off. You know, working, packing, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. A lot of bullshit going on. You know, when it rains, it pours, etc.
Yeah, I
trying to see how many coats I can fit into my suitcase.
I would suggest one large one and kind of leaving it at that. Today is fucked up. It's like in the teens out there, which I know your ass can't handle.
I have my Arc'teryx Big Daddy. I've got my Prada parka trench thing that's surprisingly warm.
That shit I know exactly which coat you're talking about, and those ain't gonna do it. But luckily you're gonna be inside.
You don't know. I got the real gnarly Arc'teryx.
I know that you think you have that, but I think that your idea of gnarly and the reality of gnarly are two different things. I don't think wrong.
How many more levels in heat protection on the Arc'teryx roster do you think there are? Outside of like the Alpine Mount Everest shit, where
I don't know enough about it. I've actually, to be honest, I've never seen like a big Arc'teryx jacket the way you see like other. I see like
the way you see a North Face.
Yeah, like I see.
Step your money up, bro. Step your money up.
I know which one you're talking about, but I don't think it's as warm. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe they can make it small.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. I got it when I was in New York the last time during a extreme freeze.
It's the blue one with the hood, right?
No.
Okay.
This is way thicker than that, you dumbass.
Okay. I mean, look,
the navy blue one, that's light work. That's literally that's my I get taken on the plane and it crumples up into a ball and it goes inside of its own little pouchette.
I do love when they fold up into their themselves.
Right?
That's one of my favorite.
But what I got in the checked Rimois.
You're checking a bag for a 3-day trip?
I'm going with Carolyn.
Let her check a bag. I guess if she's checking a bag, you got to wait anyway.
We check together. This just allows for more peace of mind and ease of...
I ain't sharing luggage. I do not like that shit.
You don't share luggage? It has two sides.
Fuck no.
And there's a separation wall.
Nah, bro, that's my luggage. I don't want.
Bro, your shit gonna stink more than her shit. Just off rip.
It's not about smell. It's about.
It rarely is not about smell with you, Chris. That's why I brought
That's true. That's true. No, that's a fair point.
Yeah, on Prize Picks, the chances of it being smell are through the roof.
Maybe now that you're saying that, maybe subconsciously that does have something to do. But you're right. I would say my exercise clothes, which I do partition normally in some sort of plastic bag that I obtain on my travels. But I do understand what you're saying. I know it is a convenience thing, but I just feel like I don't know. I don't like it. I just feel like that's it's like everything travel related. I feel like I know how to do it better than anyone, and anything that could interfere with that annoys me. Even that's all me being crazy. That has nothing to do with reality.
Yeah. All I heard, like you just said a bunch of words. Great job. That was awesome. All I hear is like just a little snot-nosed kid on the playground screaming, "It's mine."
I don't like to share.
Like you took my ball energy.
I don't like to share. We shouldn't share. What's the point? Like, I just don't understand sharing. I don't get it. I want what I want. You want what you want. Let's just do that. I don't understand.
We shouldn't share, Chris.
We shouldn't. I mean, it's
great.
Everybody wants what they want. At a restaurant with appetizers, I understand it. But there are people that want to share everything at a restaurant, and I think that is one of the stupidest approaches to life. And I know it's so you can try everything. I don't need to try everything. I don't need to try. I need to eat what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you really need to try everything?
You don't, but you're eliminating the ability for organic discovery to happen, and you're okay with that.
Well, you know what limits the ability for
you said discover these nuts in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, the restaurant takes away the chance for discovery by giving you a menu to choose what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not, I'm choosing what I want from what is available to me. I shouldn't have to consider what others want when I'm choosing.
Well, what if you look at that menu and you is it bad that I want everything? You know what I mean? And then you need friends.
Sure. I understand. I think that does happen to some people.
Or if you go to a place that's, like a Chinese banquet style where every single dish is like $38 and it's the size of a garbage can lid,
sure,
full of like
sure.
bok choy.
Yeah, I love nothing more that I love than a couple pounds of bok choy steamed up. Nothing goes down smoother than
2
that.
pounds of bok choy all day.
I love
Pick it up.
chewing on bok choy will give you the jawline that you have been.
Do you want that with or without sand? We usually put a little bit of sand in there.
No, that's not MSG. That's just sand. It's just sand. Don't worry about it.
Oh no,
No.
it won't cook out. No, stir it as much as you want.
You're right. No, you're right. I should be better about this, but I feel like we've been forced. I think small plate culture has forced sharing upon us as a society, and it is seeped into places where it doesn't belong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You know the Fred Armisen, Portlandia animated GIF where he's like at the dinner table and he has like these wide eyes and he's like, yeah. Like that's all I think of when it's like sharing energy of just like all 4 of us are just gonna order everything, and then the server comes down and is like, so who got the green zoog and turnips, and everyone's like, you can put it anywhere. We're all eating it.
Exactly.
Put it anywhere.
It's trough style dining. It doesn't feel good, but this is where we're at because restaurants can make more money that way.
Who got the oxtail tacos?
Yeah, that's.
Put it on the ground. We're all gonna lick it off the floor.
So how many oxtail tacos are in one order? Because there's 4 of us. So if there's 3, can we add a 4th?
That's my. But I do like it when restaurants do that when they're like,
I do too.
The head-on prawns for 38 that only comes with 3. So do you want me to add another one for 78? Okay, I will do that. And then in your mind you're like, does that? I don't. And before it's over, they already swept the card.
They don't give a fuck. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. But yeah, I understand your packing method, and I think that's a popular method, and it's one that I try to avoid.
So do you think that you're better at packing than your wife?
No. Actually, no.
Okay.
No man is able to be a better packer than a woman because a woman is always going to find a way to fit more stuff in a smaller space.
Pause.
There's no way we can. We don't. Yeah, that's. Yeah, we
Wife
don't.
pause.
We don't know. We don't know how to do that in the same way. That's a trait that women possess and are infinitely better at than we are.
Ladies be packing.
I think you would agree.
Yeah, women be packing. Yeah, I do agree, and that's one of the. Once I finally sort of relinquished that responsibility or that worry of how it's all going to work out, and then she was the stepfather that stepped up and took all of my tattered rags and my threadbare socks with holes in them, and she's like, I'm going to fit your whole closet into this tote bag for the weekend, and you just got to let him do it. Like that's one of my favorite parts about marriage.
Nah,
one of the many favorite parts, but having somebody who's has the energy of like the auntie at the like, come on over here, baby. Let me just take it for you. I'll just do it.
I feel like I'm pretty good, but I do tend to overpack even with a small space, and then wear the same sweater and pair of jeans for 7 days straight.
Always better to overpack than underpack, I said.
Yeah, that's true. But look, we're excited to have you here. I don't mean to dwell on the weather. I think you'll be just fine. I know you're a big boy.
It's my schedule is so packed. I don't really have time to chatter my teeth. It's just going to be
you're going
pumping and dumping, running and gunning.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to go to every overhyped mid-tasting restaurant that you've heard about in the last 6 months.
I don't know. I've heard Penny is good, Chris. You shouldn't talk so much
Penny
shit.
is good, but I'm sure you're going to a few places that aren't. And we can get into that once you go.
I'm going to go to
we can get into that later once you've actually dined there, so I can hear your true opinion, or I would say your true on mic opinion. Let's say that.
A secret third opinion. This is it's not off record. It's not on record either. What is it? It's a podcast.
It's a pod. That's exactly what a podcast feels like. That's exactly what a podcast. I was watching the new Druski Love show. Have you seen the trailer for this?
I've only seen some Twitter, some X highlights.
Dude, it's basically like Rock of Love, but with Druski.
Yeah.
And
or Flava of Love.
Of Flavor of Love. It's probably more. It's closer to Flavor of Love.
Either
That's
works.
True. But
It's got the same bones.
If you've watched, basically, if you've watched any Druski stuff in the last couple years, you notice that he has a close relationship with the stud community.
Mm-hmm. Stud ally.
He claim, but he says that he has sex with them, but you can share clothes, and that's kind of the bonus. You know what I mean? And I love the stud represent, because I feel like the stud community doesn't get a lot of love from content creators.
It's a niche market that's up and coming.
I don't see Kai Cenat or Phantom or whatever talking about studs, and I think that Druski is once again.
Phantom is a stud, yet his silence is deafening.
Oh damn, he is a stud.
I've seen his crib got more studs than a Home Depot.
When I started watching these Druski videos, I started getting stud content served to me on Instagram, and there's a stud video style where you go up to a stud and ask them their stud name and then ask them their real name, and it is so good. Every time, it's amazing. I implore you to seek these videos out if you're interested, because it really is good.
I've seeked. I know that you're talking to our global audience, but I've seeked and I've enjoyed.
They are good.
It is infinitesimally more enjoyable than. Can I get a tour of your apartment?
It is so much better than every kind of content, and just the surprises that they don't end, the laughs don't end. It's the 1 minute of Instagram reels that we deserve.
Okay, I think that we should figure out a way to sort of combine two loves of yours in terms of content creation that we actually enjoy. It's so few and far between these types of video premises that are actually enjoyable. So we need to figure out how to combine the stud name. What's your stud name? Not your what's your stripper name? Isn't that a Drake lyric?
I'm sure it is. Yes, I'm sure it is.
So we combine that energy with the going up to the old guy who's working out at the outdoor gym asking him, "Hey, you're 78. What do you do to stay?"
Bro, you are huge. How do you do it? I think okay. So we can find a stud gym. I'll be in Atlanta soon. Maybe I asked the studs how they stay in shape.
Yeah, somebody was God. I mean, and also the stud content on Druski. Druski. I assume that he finds himself relating to the stud so much because he basically is a stud in so many ways.
Yeah, I think that is the joke. I think that is the joke and the overall
narcissism of stud differences going on. He likes what he likes, but. I just distinctly remember a comment involving the stud community, and it's something involving like blaming something on the ethicas is all I remember.
Oh, I forgot about the ethicas. Oh shit. Okay. Oh shit. All right. I'm getting too excited now. This is really good, actual funny stuff. But we have a guest.
Chris gets the zoomies when we start talking about Ethica brand underwear.
Ethica jokes just make me chuckle. But we do have a guest say he might actually be rocking Ethicas. I wouldn't be surprised if he had 50%
chance. 50% chance he got some Ethicas at a Buc-ee's somewhere.
Under the black Levi's. Chanel Beads is our guest today, better known as Shane. Jason and I both love his record that came out last year. It's called Your Day Will Come, actually on Jaguar, our label.
Our label mates.
He lives in New York. Let's give him a buzz and see what's cooking. Shane, what's up?
How's it going?
What up, bro? Sorry, we're talking about Ethicas. You know about Ethicas?
Ethicas?
Yeah, it's a brand of underwear that have like crazy prints. Jason, what would you say the number one Ethica print is?
It's like when you see like a rapper chilling and they got their pants like super low and they have like a brightly colored kind of satin like a boxer brief and it'll have like an all over print of like SpongeBob or like dollars or like pink camo, something like that.
Yeah.
We're diving deep.
We're diving deep.
We're cultural curators.
Shane, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. I've been thinking about underwear a lot today, actually, because I like splurged
Go off
on Calvin Klein underwear, and it like immediately lost its elasticity.
Uh-oh.
I'm really kind of peeved actually.
Did you already blow them out?
Yeah, yeah.
Dick too big or ass too fat? Which one is it, Shane?
Yeah, I didn't want to ask, but are you working with a monster? Is that the issue here? Or do you
No,
think?
no, it's
Okay,
okay.
okay.
I've got a bubble butt.
Oh,
But-
Okay. Sure. Well, I mean, if that's the case, I think that you should reach out. I'm sure Calvin Klein would want to know that the bubble butt community is feeling slighted by their product.
Yeah, actually, we have some
Yeah.
people on the inside. Maybe we can do you a size up or something like that. Maybe they have more of
that
a
could be-
athletic fit
Yeah.
for your fat little ass.
Did you just get a regular black?
Yeah, that's what made me think about it, is because I was also thinking like it'd be fun if there was a print on here. They're just black.
What kind of print
Okay.
would be fun for you, Shane?
I don't know. I'd like something like airbrushed, like an airbrushed look
Okay.
would be cool.
Okay.
Because when you said
shit.
like SpongeBob, it made me think of like a bear or something. Like a
Yeah. I was thinking more. I was thinking more of a tasteful plaid, but I see where you're going, and it's more fun because
I've almost purchased Ethicas a lot in my life. The last time I got close was there's a place in Las Vegas that sells like fake streetwear and like 6 foot tall like Pharrell sculptures and things like that. But there's a thing where you can like shoot free throws in this indoor basketball court and win like Ethicas, and I almost
It was so sick. That was we were in Las Vegas to work, and that's where we ended up, and we were both contemplating Ethicas just because it felt like appropriate.
I need the American. It was a bald eagle. It was very patriotic.
Oh, that's nice.
that'd be a cool like market strategy for like manufacturing like exclusivity, is like you can only win our product at like a free throw fair.
It has very crypto energy to it.
Yeah, if you see someone wearing this underwear, you know they're a winner.
Damn, that's shit. I took his drawers off, and I knew he was nasty from 3.
They're called wet wets. It's when your jumper is just too wet.
Yeah.
Damn, I look like Wimby from 3. All right, that's not. That is a good idea. Winners only. I don't think there's a lot of profitability.
We'll have to use the blockchain, unfortunately, to keep things on the up
It
and
Yeah,
feels
up.
like there's some profitability issues there, but from a just purely creative standpoint, I love it.
So you said that you were splurging on the new undies. Is this because we have an upcoming tour, or you just had a good Q1? Why are we feeling like self-care? Did the old underwear really need to be replaced?
That's a good question. That's a great question.
Let's go pay some bills.
Q1 so far. We're in the black. That's good.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll take.
No,
it.
I feel like we have a big year coming. There's like some exciting news. It's so funny. Like, I haven't really been in music that long, and I'm kind of like just doing just music now. But like a lot of these like creative, it's weird like living in New York and knowing people who do like creative stuff, because I'm not used to planning ahead very far,
Sure.
and especially like when you're like expecting money to come in or something for something. I'm not used to that. I'm used to I worked 8 hours. I'm gonna get 8 hours pay.
Sure.
On honest jobs, work for an honest day's pay.
Yeah,
And then you decided to become a motherfucking creative.
yeah. I joined the creative class.
Have you had hella regular jobs in your past? Have you been working since you were a teen?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like just normal. Like my first job, I was actually just thinking about this because I haven't thought about it in a long time. Was like doing I was a camera operator for public access TV in Stillwater, Minnesota, and that was like one of the best jobs I've ever done.
Okay, all right.
Bro, that's the type
all
of shit like a 54-year-old guy says.
Those were the other guys working there.
Yeah, those are your coworkers. What kind of programming was going on at this station? I feel like it could be some interesting stuff.
Yeah, I didn't. I said it's funny. I don't know why I said it was one of the best jobs, because it was actually really boring. All the good stuff was taken by other camera operators. I mostly just did like local choir concerts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was in the music realm, but maybe not the most
Yeah.
exciting performances.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had the steady cam out. They're doing Christmas carols and shit, and you're catching their ass in 4K like this.
Yeah, I had like a headset, and they would let me know, because they were trying not to edit it at all. So they were like, when we cut to you, pretend it's live. We would like on the headset be like, all right, I already got that guy. Like there was like a guy with like a monitor, and he'd be like, yeah, we already got coverage of like this kid. Go to the next kid.
Were you into audio visual? Like, was that your thing, or was this just a job?
Kind of both. Like I went to film school for a year, And then I
Well,
dropped
I'm
out
glad
after
you
that.
abandoned that. There might be even less money in that than
Yeah.
music. So thank God you made that choice.
No, every time I talk to like someone who's working in film and we talk about like the money they'll get for a project versus what I'll get, it's like night. I feel like I'm in the wrong industry all the time.
You're not. It's because they have union. It's because
Okay.
they have union.
Good.
They have
Yeah, yeah.
unions. You don't want to be a part of that.
It's tricky.
You don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah. Well, I guess like when they get money, they have to spend it on the thing. I like if I get money for music, I'll just make it on my laptop and then keep the money. So that's
Sure.
And they're
yeah, you
like,
don't
I
have
can
to-
finally buy this $12,000 lens I've been eyeballing.
yeah.
So you had film ambitions, but you lost interest, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I think I'm more of a movie watcher than a maker.
Look, sometimes you have to learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with being a fan.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being a fan.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being a fan. That's true. That's how I feel about music.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about music. I think that is a discovery that more people should make, and we would have less movies, which would be good for me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one world where, I mean, it's cool that it's easy to make music. Like any kid all over the world with a shitty laptop can make music that gets played all over the world and find success. But film, I think that needs to be gatekept a little bit more still,
Yeah.
because it's such a commitment to watch a whole movie that's bad,
What's the worst movie? Like, what's wrong with movies today?
Don't even get me started. I'm a known movie hater. They're all too long. No one needs to see 3.5 hours of anything. That
Yeah.
I mean, but it's the same thing with like musicians playing for 3 hours. Like I don't want to see that. Like give me 45 good minutes and I'm out.
Yeah.
One thing I don't like about movies is because of the whole streaming thing, it's very easy to just watch movies at home. I know that watching them in a movie theater with a bunch of people is a better way to enjoy it with the communal experience and all that stuff. But the fact that movie theaters charge you whatever $20 to see a movie nowadays, and then you also have to sit through 45 minutes of commercials before you sit through the 38 minutes of previews for movies you don't want to see. So you're spending so much more money on an inferior product in that way. And I think they need to regulate it to where it's like, all right, the movie costs this much, it's going to start at this time, and we're not going to show you 45 minutes of Skittles commercials when I can go and watch the movie at home for $3 with 0 commercials.
Yeah.
I miss going to a regular, like a movie that's like
Yeah.
a 6
And the thing I like about
at like 3:00 on a Thursday, and just like, that was a cool movie, I'm glad I saw it, and I'll be done with it. But now it's such a commitment to go to a movie. It has to be like this life-changing roller coaster ride experience, or else it's not good enough.
And you know what's not going to change my life? Something called Dune. That ain't going to change my life, bro. I'm all set.
We need to bring guys like Woody Allen back. We need Woody
There
Allen
we go.
6s. Every 9 months, Woody Allen put out a movie that was a 6.
Yeah, what happened
And it was
to
fine.
what happened to slightly better than mediocre? That's all with regular people just acting.
4 Jewish people walking around having a convo.
That's all I want.
All I need.
That's all I want.
I just saw Deconstructing Harry. Have you guys seen that Woody Allen one?
No.
He's one of those people that like, because when I first started making music, I was obsessed with like, I heard someone say like, oh, I'm just writing like the same song over and over again, trying to make it like the best version of itself.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of those artists I really like that's like doing the same thing over and over again, but there's like, you never get sick of it because there's like so much to mine from it or something. But
Sounds like How Long Gone.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's like it's a goal of like podcasts where it's like, there's something to be said about the consistency and the proficiency of the output.
yeah,
Your world building, even if the world's not that great.
but you guys are working towards like the prime banal conversation.
That's right. We're trying to get to the very top of
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it through the clouds. I haven't touched it yet.
Yeah.
When I listen to other podcasts, they're not as banal as this one, and that's something that I revel in personally.
Perfect.
Yeah, what do you think about editing just in general? You a big edit slut?
That's hard to say. I feel like
Are you one take Shane? Are we editing?
no, one take.
There we go.
Wow,
You black out in the booth one
I was
take.
gonna throw some more likes in.
You're a
but-
terrible liar. You're a terrible liar.
Okay, man. Well, actually, we should talk about it because it's a major news story. But you're on tour, going to be traveling all over third and fourth market cities
Yeah.
in the next couple months. Are you super excited about getting on an airplane right now?
Oh yeah. I saw that video of I don't know where it was, but it was like an upside down plane. It looked like on a frozen lake or something.
It was in Toronto, the Toronto airport,
Yeah.
an airport Chris has flown into
I mean,
700 times.
countless times have I flown into that airport.
Yeah.
I don't understand really how the yesterday there was like some of the worst video I've ever seen, and it didn't really make sense how it flipped on its head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It doesn't look that damaged for like how it's upside down, and it kind of looks like someone just like flipped it. It doesn't look like
I agree.
you think it'd be like destroyed.
I think that the wind was severe, but I also think that I think that our pilots are becoming less and less skilled. And I don't want to offend the pilot community, but it seems like one of those jobs that should be mostly automated, and I think it might be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But obviously, we have to see a human being and a co-pilot up there to feel safe as human beings.
I think pilots used to be more responsible, and they had more duty in their job and their profession. And now you see a lot of news stories about like, oh, this pilot had to get detained because he took mushrooms on the plane and thought he needed to crash, like land the plane in the ocean. You know, like the thought of that happening, you know, in our childhood is asinine, and now you hear about it all the time.
Yeah, of course. In our childhood, they would just be drunk, old school.
Yeah.
Kind of just
I'm
like,
drunk right now.
you know?
Like, yeah.
But they
fun?
knew how drunk to get. They knew the line.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, it keeps the shakes
It's like
away.
when Shane touches. It's like when Shane touches the stage. He knows exactly how
Yeah.
many beers to have, so the show is good.
Yeah.
Not if you have too many, it could go wrong.
And the
Yeah.
amount of alcohol differs in every city, just like the amount of alcohol differs for every airport. Like, you know, I'm flying into Toronto during a Wayne storm.
Yeah.
I got crosswinds South by Southwest, maybe only 2 Jaeger shots
Yeah.
just to be safe.
yeah,
But if I'm going into San Diego, 4 p.m. on a Sunday, sun's going down,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
maybe we'll get the whole pitcher of margaritas.
no. That's 3 tequila sodas minimum, and you better have Casamigos. That's what I'm. You know what I'm saying? You better have Casamigos.
I'll lay that shit down one-handed like this.
Yeah, I do think it is. We were talking about this in our group chat earlier, Shane, because there's been a lot of just a lot of stuff happening. There's been a lot of plane crashes, several fires. You know, obviously the LA stuff, but smaller fires as well that have been damaging. And do you think our world is going to make it? Like, do you think we're good, or do you think things are looking bad?
I feel like among my friends, I'm like the most pessimist of them. But
Okay.
when you frame it like that, I'm like, we're gonna make it. Like, there is a thing. I feel like I do have a friend who like is constantly like, I got to move out of New York because New York's gonna get nuked. And I think it's good to have friends like that so that you can be like, okay, I'm not the crazy one.
Where does this friend bar back?
No, he's in school. He went back to school. So
Oh, I see. So he's finding himself at graduate school. A classic.
Yeah.
Usually that's something women do. I'm glad to hear a fella is doing that.
oh yeah, 2025.
2020.
So he's in school. He's learning how to dress a deer or something in the wilderness. Is that the type of education he's after? Is he like a prepper kind of guy?
No, but he looks the part.
Okay. So he's like a Bushwick prepper. He's like a Second Street vintage prepper.
Yeah.
I got
Hey,
it. I got it.
Ridgewood.
So he is a barback. Okay.
Oh, hell. Do you live in Ridgewood?
No, I'm in Greenpoint.
Okay, thank God. Because Ridgewood is something I just do not understand, bro. If you could explain it, that'd be great.
Ridgewood pays his bills though. He got
Yeah, Ridgewood do be paying your bills. No shade to Ridgewood.
Step carefully.
They be buying Chanel Beats tickets.
That's true. Yeah, I can't say anything bad about Ridgewood.
Ridgewood brought these Calvins, ho. Start sucking.
Yeah. Ridgewood stretched him out.
You you only moved to so you've only lived in New York for a few years. You're not a decade guy.
No,
you're
no.
young though, right?
No, yeah,
You were Seattle before, is that right?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not that young. I'm 30. People think I'm a lot younger than I am sometimes, but
Oh, must be nice.
like
all right,
in,
all
like,
right. Don't
articles,
rub
yeah.
it in our 40-year-old faces, dickhead.
Is it because you have perfect skin?
no, I've got the Google Blur feature on.
I see. Smart.
Just
Smart.
a little zhuzh, didn't hurt nobody. 15%.
Did you move to New York and know how awful it was going to be, or were you like excited about it?
I was excited about it, but I definitely like the first year I was like, I shouldn't like complain about New York too much in conversation. Like when we first moved to New York, I had this joke where I would
You gotta earn that.
Yeah, I would go to like a stranger at a party and be like, LA is just different from New York. Like to make fun of like that kind of conversation. And then now I just do it like sincerely, but
Yeah, like so many things in life. Like me saying bro,
Everything is a joke at
Yeah.
first.
you know, ironically or whatever it might be.
yeah.
It slips into it. But also, you know, how it used to be like you're a lame or a cool person if you have that LA versus New York convo. It's easy to tell if you're cool or not. But now we have to have that convo, so it's like how you navigate the New York and LA convo is what I judge you on.
Well, the best part is when you just moved to New York and you've never lived in LA and you start with that conversation and it
Have you
comes
seen
out.
this place?
Yeah.
I was gonna.
More like Holly Weird.
I don't know, man. The traffic sucks, though. For real, it
Yeah.
really sucks.
Yeah, and then the classic LA response, classic meaning something that I would say, which is like, hey, I want you to hate LA, bro. More for me, bro. Keep these losers out, am I right?
More for me.
more Cali for me.
More traffic and produce for me.
I want to live in both cities though.
Do you like living in New York, or are you like Seattle might have been better?
No, I like New York a lot. I feel like moving to New York, it's kind of like when you settle in here, it's like, well, where else would I go?
Hey, brother, I say it every fucking day. There's nowhere else to live. That's like I'll
Yeah.
deal with all of the ills
Yeah.
because there's nowhere else to go.
And I think the fact that you have to be doing shit to make it there, like you can't just kind of float through life in New York. You got to be paddling. Like if you're living in Seattle, no shade to Seattle, it's a lot easier to just like I got a little part-time job and I kind of live with my bros, and as long as I got enough money for cigs and beers and shit, I'm kind of good. And
Yeah.
in New York, you really gotta. All I was to say, you probably started finding more financial success when you moved to New York.
Yeah. Well, moving to New York is when I really discovered how deep credit card debt can go. But now starting to turn
Really?
things
So
around.
you're like,
so-
wow, you guys are still gonna approve this transaction. Wow. Okay, let's see how long.
yeah.
It's a game of chicken with MasterCard is what you're playing.
Yeah. Well, when I moved to New York is when I had to call and be like, hey, can you raise my spending limit? Regardless of the fact that I haven't made a payment last month.
So
I know I'm not putting a ton in, but
Yeah.
I need to ask you something. Look, you can say no. You can totally say no, but
and they were like, we would love to increase your limit.
Well, what I told them was like, what you don't understand is like creatives, we have money coming in the future. We're making long-term plans.
You wrote this in an email to American Express.
Yeah.
hey, American Express, trust me, this shit is gonna pop off. Like
Yeah.
I'm dead serious about this. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing this music thing for real, for real.
Well, yeah, I included a song and I was like, the mix isn't where I want it to be, but the song has good bones.
Here's a couple
I
of
love the-
mock-ups for some t-shirt designs that I think are gonna do pretty
Dude,
well.
Yeah.
sending demos to American Express to get your credit limit increased is really fucking funny. That's really,
I
really
mean,
funny.
is that not it's better than a record deal? It's better than a fucking 360 deal, right?
That's really
Yeah.
funny, dude. That's really
The
fucking
subject line is like, make sure you like listen with headphones.
Yeah. Make sure, like, you're not gonna get it if you don't listen to it on headphones. It's not
Yeah.
like Jason said. The mix isn't totally there yet.
Yeah.
What was in Seattle? Seattle came up recently. I was talking to someone from there, and I was talking about how much I like it. Jason and I have done shows there, and I've been there a lot. I just like it. I don't know why.
Asian
It's pretty
community.
depressing, but I like it.
It's awesome. I love Seattle.
That's why you like it.
Yeah. I mean, there's some of my favorite people I've met are like whenever I go back to Seattle, it's like I'll see a friend and it's kind of like, oh yeah, like we're family. This is crazy. Like I love you. There's a really like intense bond with people out there. But there was kind of like a weird air there that's like if you had ambition or like wanted to do something, there was kind of like a why attitude. Like
That was
why?
frowned upon. Ambition was frowned
Yeah,
upon
yeah,
in true grunge style.
yeah. Like kind of it was a lot of like why you?
Were there other bands? Like, who was in your? Are there bands that we know that were kind of in your orbit during that time?
I felt like I was coming in at the tail end of like a really cool like post-punk DIY
Mm-hmm.
thing. So I was kind of more of a fan that would go to the shows of a lot of the bands that I loved. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people moved away. There was this one band. Well, now she plays this Wanda What, who she lives in LA, but
Wanda what?
she made amazing music. Wanda What?
I gotta say, I love the name.
Me too.
there was just a really amazing band. When I moved there was this really amazing band called Casual Hex. And they like a lot of the post-punk bands, they all kind of like sounded like
Wonder what? Is she a stud? Sorry, go ahead.
she is a stud. She is a beautiful girl partner. Yeah, there was like a really crazy like Devo vibe, but it's like hard to describe because it wasn't like
Really?
playful so much as like intense. It was like intense Devo.
You know, I just saw
Menacing Devo.
I just
They
saw
have, they
Devo.
have
Yeah.
that
I just
energy.
saw Devo play at the SNL 50, like the music show.
Whoa, they were there?
Yeah, and they might have been the best. They might have been the best. Like the B-52s and Devo were better than everyone else, kind of.
Yeah.
Like Devo was the tightest band there.
But Devo old as fuck, and they were still moving around doing their little thing. Like they weren't in wheelchairs. They weren't standing still. They were giving you what you want from Devo. It was impressive.
That's sick.
I don't really like their music. Like I don't really. I would never listen to that, but I really appreciate that it exists.
Their one hit, the like uncontrollable urge. That's an undeniable song.
That's a hit. I agree.
Yeah.
You know,
And Whip It.
we were talking about
Whip
hits.
It's good.
We were talking about hits today because
Whip It's good.
I was arguing with my friend and co-host Jason and our other friend David Cho about because Kid Rock was on Bill Maher on Friday, and I of course watched it, and we were talking about how bad Kid Rock is, which is universally understood. But he had that song called "Picture" that he did with Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
That was like a ballad smash. You know that song, correct, Shane?
Yeah,
Damn.
I do.
You would agree that it's a smash.
My parents were into it.
See,
My one thing is I can't really like think about how it sounds right now. But if I heard like 1 second.
it's one of those songs that if you haven't heard it in a decade, you'll know every word to it when you hear it.
Have you guys seen Kid Rock's Woodstock '99
Yeah,
performance
legend.
where he comes out in
course.
like a fur
Legend.
coat?
Like a fucking pimp.
Yeah,
Pimp and hoe ass.
yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that.
He let us know on Bill Maher. This is my favorite part: is that he understands the 5 elements of hip hop, so he understands Kendrick Lamar more than most white people. Is
Nice.
what he said.
Nice.
And I was like,
Yet he still hates him.
He
because
studied
of
the
black.
text.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm like, well, that doesn't.
He has a minor in light skinned homies, but he still is a hater.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always hated Kid Rock, and he has really gotten worse with time. But that Woodstock performance was epic, and that was back when he had the mini me guy before he passed away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Ball with the ball guy. Yeah, I think that
ball with the
I
ball
think
guy.
that Kid Rock. I do remember seeing footage of him in early in his career where he would play. I believe he would play every single instrument. Like he would go, his band would be playing, and he
like
would.
Tame Impala.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like Tame Impala, but with different
Chanel
sunglasses.
Beats.
Yeah, but he would scratch on turntables, then play drums, then play guitar, then play bass, then play keyboards. And I have to say, most people can't do that. Ask Sabrina Carpenter to do that. See what happens.
I'll ask her.
And get a fit off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Sabrina.
In the fur too.
You know,
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter cannot beat juggle. You know she cannot beat juggle, Jason. You know that.
Sabrina, she's too short to go under the legs.
There's an awesome video of him like DJing at Mar-a-Lago, but he can't figure out how the like CDJ works or something. And like it's being filmed by I think, is it Trump Jr.? I can't remember the son's.
Don Jr.
Yeah.
He's like grinding his teeth, like just like he's like, we got Kid Rock DJing, and it's like Kid Rock like looking confused down, and a guy's like trying to help him plug stuff in. But it lasts like a minute. It's like a minute of silence.
I
Yeah.
gotta say, being on
I
a
see
shitload of coke at Mar-a-Lago, watching Kid
Yeah.
Rock DJ, that does sound fun. We
Yeah.
can't act like that doesn't sound fun.
Kid Rock trying to
Exactly.
DJ.
Yeah.
Trying is probably better because you don't have to
That's
hear the
better,
music. Yeah, you don't have to hear the music.
Yeah, because Donald, he DJs Mar-a-Lago 5 nights a week, and he seems to have no problem mastering Record Box and the CDJ 3000s.
He's from a different era.
I think Trump kind of ripped. My friend Robbie was doing this DJ thing where he just plugged his phone in and would play 30 seconds of a song and then skip to like right when you're like, wow, I love this song. I haven't heard it in a while. He would skip to like another song that you'd be like, wow, I haven't heard this song in a long time. And I think Trump kind of does that.
I need to see what the Trump resident advisor mix track list looks like because that's got to be.
It's YMCA and then
Yeah.
like 2 other songs.
But he doesn't. It's cool because music's like not part of his.
That cat song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Tiny Dancer.
Barack Obama makes music his thing, even though we know it's a lie. But he tries.
Yeah.
So like we accept it, and it's like I know that he's not listening to that, and that's fine. But Donald Trump feels like a guy who's in silence all the time.
Okay, I pulled up his playlist. It's Resident Advisor 798. Got a lot of buzz on the Discord, but honestly, good. I'm into it. Sinead O'Connor, Nothing Compares to You.
Okay. That's crazy that he put Sinead O'Connor on a list when she ripped up a picture of the Pope, and he's famously religious.
That's how good the song is. It transcends.
I agree. And you know who ruined that song is Brittany Howard's Psy-Op and Miley Cyrus. That was one of the worst covers I've ever heard in my life.
Big Mama, got to put her back in the barn.
We got to get her out of it. We got to get her out of here.
Next song, Metallica, Enter Sandman.
Oh.
That's a very Trump ass song.
Yeah.
That would go hard at a rally.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it would.
That actually would like go off. Like they would love it. We would love it, I should say.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word.
Also, Metallica's definitely right wing, right? I mean, they don't feel.
I don't know. I don't think so.
At least
they
Lars.
flip-flopped.
At least Lars.
They're Bay Area bitches, but now that they've gotten old, I mean, Lars has always been a narc, so he's, you know. What do you feel about Lars Ulrich as a drummer? You're a musician.
The painter?
No, he's more of a curator, actually, if we're going to get into it.
Yeah. I feel kind of bad because I didn't really grow up with Metallica, but I'm like a huge fan now.
Oh.
We went on tour and we had to borrow this van and there was no aux cable. So we like went to a Walmart and like shoplifted every single Metallica CD they had and only listened to Metallica for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like a huge fan now. But
That'll do it.
I don't know. I feel like he maybe gets like undue hate, but I don't know a ton about him. I mostly know about him from the documentary.
Yeah.
Some kind of monster or something. Yeah.
I'm a known. I don't understand Metallica. I think it's like some of the worst music. I do not listen to that. I can't even imagine listening to it.
That's insane. Dude. I'll make
it's-
you a playlist.
It's like corny to me.
What's your favorite? What's the best Metallica album?
Probably it's like stupid, but like the Black Album is probably the best one. Just like front to back. But like good music's corny. Like we were just talking about this picture Sheryl Crow
That's
Kid
true.
Rock song.
But I completely agree, and I like
point.
tons of corny stuff. But Metallica, I think when you try to be like tough and it's corny, I get confused. I think is my issue. Yes, my.
I love the way he sings when he's always getting a breath in at the end. Metallica. he adds a vowel. If it ends in a consonant, it's like almost Japanese where he adds a like they're like ew, like he's adding beer. It's innovative.
He does. It's kind of like a French inhale. That sneaky bastard.
Yeah.
I'll say
it's classy.
Black Album is the last good. It's the Jane Doe of their catalog. Anything before it, solid.
I like Saint Anger though. I'm like,
bro, your ass would like Saint Anger with your little Chanel bees
I
ass.
know.
Goddamn.
Whenever I put Saint Anger on, I'm like, you guys, it's good. And then like halfway through a song, I'm like, okay, we can change it.
Okay, look, I get it.
Yeah.
When I said
All right, you're
good,
right. It's not good. You're right. It's not good. You guys are right.
I know. Well, I'm trying not to be like contrarian for no reason anymore.
That's growth.
Good for you.
Yo, welcome to my 30s. I guess this is growing up, right? Next song on the list, REM, Losing My Religion.
I mean, undeniable. Obviously, I'm an REM diehard, but that's undeniable. That's a global smash.
Yeah, are you an REM head? Have you discovered them yet?
No, they're not. They miss me. I don't know.
You said miss me with the REM?
I don't know why. I just never. I'm like a huge Replacements fan, and I feel like they're kind of in the same world.
They're one of America's best bands. But
I believe
missed
you.
it.
Yeah.
I missed it when I was younger and only got into it in my 20s, which is depressing because I'm from Atlanta.
Yeah, you got a goddamn cello hanging on your wall. You really should be listening to
That's
more
true.
REM.
Yeah. I feel like I'm confused that Trump. Like I want to hear him talk about mandolin. Like hear how he thinks. Is there mandolin in that song? I think of
there
REM
is.
as a mandolin.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it's a
there
little
is.
mandolin.
Yeah.
But he rips that little mandolin in the style of Kirk Hammett. All right, Elton John, Funeral for a Friend, Phantom Opera song, Jesus Christ Superstar, Suspicious Minds by Elvis. That's kind of a nice little That's a nice little tune.
That's surprising. Okay. All right.
What about, Guns N' Roses' November Rain is on his list. A powerful tune. Do you relate to that, Shane?
I don't know. I like big indulgent ballads, but I don't really think that one stands out to me that much. There was do you guys, well, what's the Guns N' Roses song where he like says a bunch of racial slurs in it?
That narrows it down to half of them. What else you got?
Yeah, I think the song's called One in a Million, and it's like he's at like a airport, like when you get on the plane, looking at all the people, and he just like
Oh, really?
goes in.
Wow, that sounds like an episode of How Long Gone.
What a cool premise.
Yeah.
What a cool premise.
Yeah.
One in a million. Okay, that's on Lies, Lies, Lies.
I kind of don't blame, this is a controversial take, but the airport is like the most misanthropic you can ever feel in your life.
Yeah, no, for absolutely. I don't know if it needs to be captured in song, but
Yeah.
I will agree with you on the facts.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I found the line. Immigrants and faggots, they make no sense to me. They come to our country and think they'll do as they please, like start a mini Iran or spread some disease. They talk so many goddamn ways. It's all Greek to me.
Oh shit! That's
Axel.
crazy.
Damn.
When was this? When did he say this? This is like the 90s?
That is 88 when this was written.
Yeah.
Yeah, 88. You could probably get away with that.
I
Wild. Also, it's like really not lyrical. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't.
Well, I was talk singing it.
No, I know.
Get it? Toxic singing.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel poetic in any way.
Well, that's the beauty of Axel. Look, no one's perfect. Axel is a racist. Anthony Kiedis loves teenagers. You know, nobody's truly perfect other than Shane, right? You got a clean record, right, buddy?
I think so.
Yeah, I feel like you're a good boy.
We'll see. Yeah.
I mean, your music is better than Guns N' Roses and Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'll say that. I'll say that confidently.
very sweet.
I have no problem giving you that.
The Chili Peppers might be a hard sell.
They absolutely suck. I don't
Meaning
understand.
that you like them or you hate them?
They're kind of like REM, where it's like most of my friends love them, and they just never clicked. My brother loved them growing up, and he had a greatest hit CD, and my dad had this like really strange joke where he'd be like, I call it the greatest hit because all their songs sound the same, which is like the weirdest band to make that joke of because they have like several eras and they don't sound the same at all.
I see where
Yeah,
you're
let
getting
your
at.
dad cook. Let your dad cook.
Yeah.
I see where Pops is coming
They've
from.
had a lot of eras. They started out very funky,
Yeah.
like George Clinton, punk, Parliament Funkadelic kind of vibe, and now God knows what it is. But there has always been a through line of slapping a bass and then the singer making up words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's
so
the-
there are some through lines.
They had that album like
Slamma Mamma Jamma.
yeah, that's a great lyric though. But that's actually when that song came out, it like mentions all the states, and I grew up in Minnesota, and like I think I was in like 5th grade, and like they're like, go to Minnesota, and everybody in my school lost it. They're like, have you heard the song where he says Minnesota?
Just by
Yeah.
simply naming the state that you live in.
God, wow,
Yeah.
I guess you guys weren't listening to much Atmosphere at the time. He was talking about Minnesota. all
were,
the time.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, good.
I grew up on Atmosphere, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Red Hot Chili. We talked about this recently, Jason, about how Flea is eternally cool, but the band and the music is just not. I don't understand. There's a lot of revisionist
I think
history.
John Frusciante's got
yeah.
he's got swag.
He's the best. I'm always big up.
There's a
him.
revisionist.
Amazing guitar player.
There's a revisionist history with a lot of bands like that from Jason and I's kind of high school, middle school era, where they were very popular, like top 40 rock bands, and now they're considered to be like
Yeah.
smart and important or something, and it's like that's not what this is. It's like this was dumb music for the radio. Like let's just leave it at that. It's okay. That's all it is.
I found the Chili Pepper lyric about Minnesota. This is what y'all were freaking out about.
Yeah.
Never made it up to Minnesota.
And we loved him for that.
You're like, what did he say about Minnesota? He said he's never been.
Yeah. But it implied that he wanted to come.
Yeah. It's on his radar.
Yeah.
That's true. He let
me and my school friends, we knew the implication. We could read between the lines.
That was like your QAnon moment. Like you were reading through between the lines.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
Yeah, understood. Waiting for our orders, waiting for the next drop.
But just imagine the next line he mentions
Yeah.
North Dakota. Just imagine how that would hit if you lived in North Dakota, because 800 people live there. They probably never get
Yeah.
mentioned in songs. Minnesota has a nice, we went there last year. It's a large city with a full infrastructure, a Four Seasons hotel.
Yeah.
They got Wi-Fi and
We
everything.
we love Minneapolis. We love Minneapolis. Are your parents still there, or did you all move to Seattle?
They live in they moved to Wisconsin technically, but it's still like
Sure.
30 minutes away from the city.
Okay.
Yeah, you do
Okay.
have a Minnesota vibe, actually.
Really?
We're friends with a lot of great Minnesotans.
Compliment,
We have
not
I have
derogatory.
a large network of males from Minnesota that I love.
Awesome.
It's
We
a
know a lot of
strange-
crazy white boys like y'all.
Yeah.
Lots of crazy white boys from Minnesota.
Yeah. They make the boys good over there, yeah.
At what age will you begin? Will you trade in the skateboard for the fly fishing rig?
I never skateboarded.
Okay.
So now I've fly fished more than I've skateboarded.
Okay. Really?
Well, I guess what about
Yeah.
snowboard or ski?
Oh, I like skiing.
Okay.
It's so weird. I lived in Montana for 4 years, and when I grew up, I was skiing, and everyone thought I was lame because you should be snowboarding. But then you move to Montana, where like it's like legit, and nobody's snowboarding, and snowboarding is kind of like
You said step your money up. You get some skis like this, bitch.
yeah,
Why were you in Montana?
film school.
You went to film school in Montana?
Yeah,
Because they're known. Obviously, they're known.
hey,
for,
it's actually an okay program.
what school is it?
Montana State University.
Okay, so what is it?
Go
Is it in
Bobcats.
Bozeman?
MSU, throw your M's up.
Yeah, Bozeman.
Okay, I mean that's that seems like an interesting place to go to college actually, because that's kind of out of left field.
Yeah,
Would you cross country ski to school?
no, but that I could have
Okay. Okay.
I didn't, but I could have.
almost a good answer.
Almost.
I could have done that.
could have.
Is there a burgeoning artistic scene in Montana at all?
I left in 2016, and everybody that I know, like it really exploded there, like right after I left. So I have no idea.
Can we say Montana exploded?
No, I think it is.
Exploding is a strong word.
I know I shouldn't say it's so close to Yellowstone. I shouldn't use that
I think
word.
the money coming in. I think the money coming in. I mean, those places now are like
Yeah,
the highest end. Like that's where people want to go on vacation to
Yeah.
like.
yeah.
It's crazy. I've never been.
But I don't know anyone who's been. But
that's because we don't know people that are rich enough. To be honest, I think that's part
You
of it.
guys don't know John Mayer?
Oh, I know. I know. Oh, Mayor, because Mayor bought a spread there. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges.
Would you
Okay.
see him around town stealing your women?
Never saw the mayor.
You never saw Mayor? Did you see Jeff Bridges?
I did see Jeff Bridges. He was around. Like you could go. Like there's bars in this town, Livingston, and it's like you could see Jeff Bridges. Pretty no big deal.
Jeff's over at the Yard House.
Yeah.
I would love to know what your fellow students look like at in Bozeman at college. I just can't even imagine.
Yeah,
kind
what
of
were the
people.
pajama pants patterns?
Yeah,
There was a fair enough of like the Cookie Monster type.
Mm-hmm. Me want cookie.
Yeah. Like in class at 2 p.m.
Those are the ethicas for white people.
Yeah.
yeah, that
Oh,
is
yeah, yeah.
that is white people's ethicas. That's a great point, Jason. Were you making music then, or were you concentrated fully on film?
No, I was making music the whole time. I lived there for 4 years. For the first 2 years, I was like kind of making like vaporwavy stuff. I don't know if you guys know that era,
Of course.
but like very like just like electronic experimental stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was in kind of like an indie pop band playing guitar, and that was fun. That actually like taught me how like regular gigging worked.
Sure,
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah. And then I moved to Seattle.
You've seen it all.
I just like moved in one straight line, like west and then back east.
You're like, no, I can't go below the line.
Yeah.
So when you go on tour, you're gonna go into southern states for the first time in your entire life, and that's gonna be a fun shock. You're playing in Atlanta next month, right?
Yeah, I forgot to play.
At we're at Masquerade.
It's like Masquerade. Yeah. Do you guys know it?
I've spent many nights in Masquerade. Well, they moved it. Like the original location, the one I grew up going to, had some structural issues, and the staircase did collapse. And I believe there's like this giant staircase on the outside of the venue, and it collapsed, and now it moved.
Whoa.
I haven't been to the new one though, but I've spent countless hours there.
It's iconic.
Yeah, it's kind of the OG.
Have you guys heard of 99 Scott in I guess it's
Yeah.
Bushwick or East Williamsburg.
Yes, it's the Brooklyn WSA scammer building.
Yeah. Someone
Yes.
told me, and I think they're maybe involved in WSA, so take this with a grain of salt.
Mhm.
I don't know their name, but they told me that there's bodies buried in the backyard at 99 Scott because it was like a mob run window like factory thing.
Oh, you're saying it's not their bodies from tax evasion. It's from
mob.
It's from
Yeah.
Do you mean like spiritually or metaphorically, or do you mean literally? They're
like skeletons.
got human remains.
Yeah.
nothing I want to do more than go meet with my creative agency while ghosts of mob murder spook
Yeah.
from outside the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go there, have a coffee in the morning, get some work done, unearth some human remains. Then there'll be a ceramics pop up in the daytime.
Yeah.
And then there'll be like a trans boxing event at night. Is the vibe?
Yeah.
Okay, and I could also rent it out for shoots.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, it gets amazing natural light on the 6th floor. It's unbelievable. That's it. I mean, I'm sure that's true about a lot of places in Brooklyn. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that doesn't seem that crazy. I feel like it's also something you can say, and there's absolutely no way to prove it. So it's easier to believe that it's true.
Yeah.
It's a fun tale.
That's one. I mean, you can live your life that way, or you can have seances for like Vinny Two Dimes, who's buried under the under the floorboards.
That's true. That's
Pour
true.
a little Chianti out for Vincenzo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
When you're traveling on the road doing all this stuff, what podcasts do you find yourself listening to?
Almost none, because I feel like when you're in the van, I'm not a podcast road trip person
Okay.
personally. So like
When do you pod then?
long walks,
Mm-hmm.
the YMCA. The people that have been in the van with me and my friends and bandmates and managers and stuff, they've put on. There's like a supernatural one that I think's pretty popular. Other Side or something.
Otherworld.
Otherworld.
Friend of the
Yeah,
show,
yeah, yeah.
Jack Wagner.
Yeah.
Oh, Otherworld. That's our boy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say fire your manager, but then I realized
I'm really
that's
not
our
into
friend.
the murder.
I
the
saw
murder
Jack on
stuff.
Valentine's Day.
That's not interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not a true crime.
Okay, so you're not a murderer. You're not a murderer.
Group listening on a podcast makes no sense to me. To me it seems like a solo activity.
Yeah.
Going for a walk with your AirPods.
But how many people are in the van? Isn't it two of you? Isn't it you and your wife?
My girlfriend.
Oh, I'm sorry, my
Partner.
bad, bro. We can cut that
We're
out.
not
if
there
she doesn't
yet,
listen to this.
but-
All right, yeah. We can cut this out so she doesn't hear that.
She will not probably listen to this, but no, there's like a minimum of 3 of us usually like on the road.
Okay.
We go with my like high school friend Zach plays violin and helps make it come alive. But I don't know he and I we can get into like we like conspiracy podcasts, stuff that's like about like Nazis taking over the US government or something
Okay,
like that.
so-
I don't know. He
so
showed
not-
me one. I forgot what it was.
9/11 was an inside job is kind of a rallying
Yeah.
cry in the Chanel Beads van.
It's so understood you don't even have to say it. It's weird to bring it up.
So you're into more of like the classic conspiracies, Nazi stuff. Anything new?
What
Any emerging?
I remember the last time we went on tour with Mount Kimby and we drove through Vegas, and I was like, we have to listen to this podcast about the Vegas mass shooter.
And everyone's like, "Yay, this sounds awesome."
No, they were like so bored. I was
That
like,
sounds so fun. Yeah, that
Mount
sounds that's
Kimby in
why-
Vegas. that don't work so well.
Yeah, Mount Kimby in Vegas.
Oh,
Does
we didn't-
sound
we just
crazy.
drove.
I'm a Mount
Yeah.
Kimby fan. You were just passing through.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you
Like,
just
don't
okay,
worry,
okay.
we're going to Boulder, Kimby
Yeah, I was gonna
country.
say, no, we have a pretty big show in Reno on Thursday. Actually, it's selling
Yeah.
super well. It's selling super well.
We should have like bussed outside the dome or something.
That would have been sick. That's that. Actually, you busking outside the Sphere would be very cool.
Yeah, the Sphere. So, yeah.
Chanel
be cool.
Beads,
That would be
Sphere
cool.
DJ set, 3:30 p.m.
Put it on the flyer so people think.
so people know.
Yeah.
When does this tour start? When does the next tour start?
We're doing the headline end of March. That's like down, to the south and into Texas. I think we're playing like Columbus too
Okay,
on the way back, and then we're going to Europe.
you're doing Primavera, right?
Yeah.
Let's
The
see.
Primavera flyer is awesome because it's alphabetical, so it's like Chanel Beach, Chapel Roan, Charlie XCX, like right in a row.
I know you got your little screenshot
Yeah.
and zoom on, didn't you?
Yeah, but they put their names in bold, so
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
you know.
There is. I knew there
Yeah.
had to be some
We
differentiation.
can make yours bold with AI, probably.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like every musician that's ever been on this podcast is playing Primavera Festival. I feel like it's
Nice.
a
Everyone but us. We need How Long Gone DJ set at Primavera.
I'll put the word in. Yeah.
go for it, bro. I'm sitting that shit out.
If
I
you
can't
wouldn't
go to
mind.
that. I can't go to that shit. It seems like too much to me.
It's not. You're not electronic leaning enough, Chris.
But it's not really either. It used to be, but if you got Chapel Roan and Bold, you ain't
Yeah,
really for the heads.
that is a change. But I mean, the touring industry, the festival industry,
We need chapels.
it ain't what it used to be. Yeah, have you found in your touring career, you've been doing it for a few years now, is it worth it?
Yeah, it just depends on like when in the year you ask me, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's
Okay.
more like, do you
Okay.
The festival thing's crazy.
more? The question more is, do you like it, and do you come home with money?
Yeah, you gotta ask. It depends on when in the year. Like, sometimes, yeah.
So there's been ups and downs. It wasn't like at first we were making no money and now we're in the black. I mean, just like any freelance content creator, you're gonna have good years and bad years, lean summers and
Yeah, well,
fat summers.
yeah. I mean, you guys got it. There's like different markets, so it's like touring Europe is like incredibly expensive, and it pays less than touring the US. So it's like a double.
But are you in a situation
Mm.
where you're like more popular there?
I don't know. It's hard to. It's like every time we go on tour, it feels like the album came out a year ago, and it feels like every time we go on tour, there's a ton of people who had like just heard us a week ago, looked us up and saw that we're like, it's like we keep like getting new
I mean, that's great. I
people.
mean, that's
Or, I
good.
don't know, like it feels like it's like a new, yeah,
The
it's kind of
snowball is growing.
there's a few people that I'm like, I don't know what you thought you were coming to see, but
Yeah, welcome. That's exactly how we feel every time we do a show.
yeah.
You mean like somebody brought their friend who hadn't heard of you, and you can see the look on their face of like,
Kind of,
oh,
yeah.
fuck, it's going to be an hour of this.
I got like a really insane DM. I should turn my DMs off actually on like Instagram, because one of them was like, "Hey, I've never this was in like the UK. They're like, I've never left a show, but you're fucking insane, and what you think is art is not art, and
Jesus.
you've ruined your record." They were like, and there's a key phrase. If people are like, I thought it was supposed to be dreamy. Like people think it's like chill, vibey, dreamy music.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like live, at least it's not that. I'm trying to cull the herd a little bit.
Okay, so that feels like user error. I mean, that makes me angry that people are able to access you and tell you that kind of stuff, because it's like it's just somebody admitting that they're a bitch and they're not able to enjoy music that's not like the pre-prescribed dreamy safe space concert event that
Yeah.
my neurodivergent ass needs.
People say crazy shit, dude. People think they can say anything they want if they paid money or didn't pay money. Even it
Yeah,
doesn't even feel.
yeah,
If
totally.
you bought a ticket, I guess you have a little more right to talk shit, but that doesn't mean people will do it for free just to tell you they hate you. And it's like, well, I hate you
Yeah.
too, loser. Get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here. Fuck you. Like, I don't give a shit.
I'm curious about how like different social media platforms encourage, because I feel like I've seen a lot of people talk about how like Instagram specifically is like, if you look at reels on Instagram, it's like tons of hate, but it's also like tons of like the N word and stuff. And like, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah,
I feel like certain,
all of them are bad. It just depends on how bad,
Yeah.
like which version of bad.
So
You
you're
know what
you're
I'm
saying Instagram Reels a more racist, toxic space comment section than TikTok might be, or I mean, Twitter is probably the worst because there's no rules there,
yeah,
and they're probably like a little bit more like uplifting on TikTok and supportive.
yeah.
Well, no, that's
I don't
why
know,
people
yeah.
like Substack, Jason, is because it's like a supportive. That's the whole thing. It's really not like fuck you, this is bad, because you're choosing to subscribe to it. So and there's like a way to I
Right.
don't know. It just started different, so it feels different.
We need to find that perfect blend between the Instagram Reels comment section and Substack, because too far in either direction and it's a bad thing. You need to have a little space.
Yeah, if
to
I don't
say
get told I'm an
Yeah.
idiot
damaging things.
or I'm bad at everything I do once a week, am I even doing anything? You know what I mean? By a stranger.
Yeah, you need the friction.
the safety net has to be there, but it's like installed poorly.
Yeah.
Like it could break pretty
Or
easily.
it's like just like cross pollinating with like the people who aren't your audience or something is like important.
Yeah, man. All right, well, that's it, bro.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to us. And if you live in the American South, go see Shane on tour.
Yeah, south of the Mason, Dixie.
If you're in New York on Friday, we're having a party at Jeans in the city. If you want to come, just
Cool.
email me.
Okay, cool. I'm DJing at Babies.
Oh,
Oh.
wow. Have fun. Have fun
Friday.
out there, Chief.
What do you know what your first song or your last song is going to be yet?
I'm midnight to 1.
I mean, which song? Not, but thanks for sharing your time.
Oh. I thought you said when. No, I should look that up. I don't know. Like, I don't know if you guys been to Babies much or something, but it's like you're DJing the line at the bar. Like, there's not room to dance or anything.
Right.
So
Yeah.
So that affects.
I don't know. Maybe I might try to play like unreleased stuff or something.
Oh, there we go. All right, so head down to
People
Babies
can talk
for
over
some,
my music.
for some Chanel Beads exclusive B-sides and rarities, unreleased demos.
Unmixed and unmastered coming at you.
But the songs there, the bones are good.
Sure, yeah. We've
People are going
established
to try to sign your songs.
Yeah, Amex come through.
MX, come check out my DJ set at Baby's All Right.
All right, bro.
No, thanks for joining us, Shane. We're big fans. And yeah, if you live in the South, get some tickets, and we'll see you soon.
See you guys.